a minute. This was in Virginia? How come nobody told me about this? Shout out to all the subscribers and the members here on the channel. Don't forget to like the video. I am Reese Waters, and this is Who Raised Joel, where we highlight those unique individuals going above and beyond to make society worse.
My opponent has previously said that she does not think that gay couples should be allowed to marry. She has said that she is, quote unquote, morally opposed to same-sex marriage. My opponent has also previously said that she thinks it's okay for someone to be fired from their job for being gay. That's discrimination.
You know, the kinds of people you'll see asking to speak to the manager at the pearly gates.
I want to talk to the manager.
Now, lost in the debacle that was Trump speaking at the Navy's 250th, from showing up late, to calling it a rally, to forgetting the name of his book, to claiming Osama bin Laden, to even mentioning Vietnam. The audacity.
Hoo-yah, Navy! Hoo-yah, Navy!
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Whatever that was. That was off-putting. I've been waking up yelling that in my sleep. Just it's been giving me night terrors. I'm pretty sure, isn't that what they got Howard Dean packed up for?
And then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House. Yeah!
Hoo-yah, Navy!
I thought that sounded familiar. I thought that sounded familiar. Lost in all of that is this little nugget. Trump snubs Virginia's GOP nominee for governor, even as she's attacked as too MAGA. Trump snubbed the GOP nominee in Virginia for governor while speaking in Virginia, somebody who's called to MAGA. Well, I just got to get a look. Let me get a look at the Virginia nominee for governor. Okay. She's too MAGA and he refuses to. So she getting the Mark Robinson treatment then, huh?
It's about killing a child because you weren't responsible enough to keep your skirt down or your pants up and not get pregnant by your own choice because you felt like getting your groove thing on.
Hey, Winsome Earle-Sears, did you go to an all-girls college? Well, have you been on their campus unannounced? What is your relationship like with pizza? Speaking in Virginia at an event for the U.S. Navy's 250th anniversary Sunday, President Donald Trump did not mention the state's lieutenant governor, sitting lieutenant governor, who is a Republican nominee for governor. It was a noteworthy snub of Winsome Earle-Sears, a retired Marine, during a speech in which Trump praised some Virginia Republicans who have served in the Navy, including Reps John McGuire, Rob Whitman, and Jen Kiggins. So he mentioned the other Republicans, but not Sears, Let me get a look at John McGuire. Now let me get Rob Whitman. Okay, Jen Kiggins. Let me get a. I wonder what it could be. Isn't that weird? I know what it is. It's the rule of threes. It's the rule of threes. So he had three, and he couldn't include her because he already had three. And he couldn't go up to six because his brain can't remember that many names or read that many names. So we had to keep it to three just to keep it simple. Also, she's black. Earle-Sears has campaigned heavily in the Hampton Roads area where Trump spoke, and she faces a larger deficit in public polls than other Republicans running statewide in November, while also grappling with concerns from within the GOP about whether she's running an effective campaign. Now, that I've heard before. Questions about the effectiveness of your campaign and running behind in the polls. Hey, Winsome Earle-Sears, talk to Byron. Talk to Byron. Yeah, because we got a big brother, little sister thing, relationship with the GOP. Talk to Byron, because he is bad down there. Huh? He smelled like Beijing. Trump earlier in the day made an endorsement on social media in a down ballot race. This just get worse. Backing Virginia's Attorney General Jason Miyares in his bid for re-election. The endorsement came after text messages his Democratic opponent Jay Jones sent in 2022. Without mentioning Earle-Sears, Trump in the same post took aim at her Democratic opponent, former Rep. Abigail Spanberger, saying she has refused to acknowledge Jones's actions despite her statement condemning the text. Wow. Wow. This is, I didn't have my phone on me while you posting on Instagram. Like, this is horrible. Not even Instagram, Truth Social. And you know you got to have your phone on you to post on that. You can't access it no other way. That's bad. He out here endorsing down ballot races and attacking your opponent. You know, maybe it's Melania. Maybe she got him on lock where he can't say enough good things about another. Jen Kiggins, that's right. Huh. Maybe it's a certain kind of woman that she feels threatened by.
And actually, she looked very much like our great First Lady, Melania. She didn't look like Camilla. That's right. But of course, she's a beautiful woman. So we'll leave it at that, right?
Hooyah, Navy!
Even as Trump has not embraced Earle-Sears, she's been characterized as a MAGA Republican by Spanberger and campaign ads, criticizing her rival as so far right, she's wrong for Virginia. Abigail Spanberger, is that what you said? That's trash. You got to do something. No, that's trash. We can't do that. But you did say she's extremely MAGA. She's been characterized as very MAGA. Well, let's see.
4 years later, your electric bill is up and they call it freedom. 4 years later, they're taking your girl children's scholarships and giving it to biological males and they call it freedom. 4 years later, they're removing body parts from our children and calling it freedom. 4 years later, the border is wide open and criminals are coming across and they're calling it freedom.
This was in Virginia? How come nobody told me about it? How come nobody told me about this? I'd have came and sat in this just for the entertainment. You couldn't drag me away if I was at this. My goodness. Did she say your electric bill's high and you call it freedom? Well, we real free now. I can tell you that. We real free. You know when I feel the most free? When I go to the grocery store. That's when I feel the most free.
4 years later, we're paying more in food and they call it freedom. Freedom, my friends, ain't free because people have died when they pulled us out of Afghanistan. Marines! And you call it freedom? I'm telling you what, take down that weird sign because y'all are the ones who are weird.
Why it sound like her mama told her what to say? The kids calling you weird? Well, you said, tell them, you take down that sign. They got signs in our yard. Tell them, take down that sign. Y'all won't sound weird. And she just repeated it verbatim. Was this her rally? Why it sound like she crashed somebody else's rally? I mean, really? Because Mark Robinson was saying crazy stuff, but they was at least cheering for Mark Robinson.
Some liberal somewhere is going to say that sounds awful. Too bad. Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing.
She out here bombing like she doing stand-up comedy in somebody's coffee shop. Like, we didn't come here for this. We didn't come here for this. Hey, I came here to do my tender prerequisite. I didn't come to be yelled at about freedom and being weird.
I am speaking. I am speaking. I am speaking.
Wait a minute. Far be it for me to ever, under any circumstances, defend Trump. I think I might have to defend the beer. You can't, come on, man. Come on, man. All he gotta say is, I saw what happened. He don't gotta say the date. He don't gotta say the time. He don't gotta say the location. Hey, how come you didn't endorse me for governor? I saw what happened. I am speaking.
I am speaking. I am speaking. I am speaking. USA! 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 We're gonna win in November! We're gonna win in November! We have to win!
She just did the political equivalent of give it up for the ladies. Give it up for the ladies. She went to USA Chance to save her. That is give it up for the ladies is what that is. USA Chance. And then the second she said we gotta win, they were right back off board. Right back off board. Hey, Winsome Earle-Sears, how is it looking actually right now? This says GOP candidate for governor in VA ditches bus tour after nobody shows up. That's happened to me before. That used to happen to me in junior high school all the time. You know, they would say, oh, Reese, why don't you come meet us? You know, and then nobody would be there, and then they all be laughing on the inside. And then, you know, you go home and you know, talk to your parents. They make you feel better about it. You come back the next day and say, I'm not weird. You are weird. I am speaking. Look, Winsome Earle-Sears. No, I have seen this before. This is a very specific kind of crash out. This is a black MAGA crash out right here. This is nothing that's going on with you is out of lockstep of where the black MAGAs live right now. You could ask Byron, you could ask Tim Scott, you could ask Candace Owens, you could ask Officer Tatum. They just came for Jigaboots. They did. Wesley Hunt. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Now look, I think that it is time that you guys got together and, you know, really commiserated and picked each other up. Matter of fact, it don't have to be black MAGAs. You can get other people find Vivek. Vivek down bad too, down in Ohio.
Vivek Ramaswamy has endorsed me. He's coming to Chesterfield September 19th when we have the full ticket because that's the first day of voting. We're moving.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Now you have an endorsement of the guy running for governor of Ohio who got kicked out of Doge. So that's, you know, baby steps. You got to start with baby steps. Oh, the federal cuts. And he was with Doge. Ooh. Well, no, the important thing is that you get out in front of it and you denounce all of the federal cuts. That would just be a basic thing that the governor of Virginia, a place with significant federal workforce, would do.
I think it's important that we make clear to the audience right now that the president initiated the biggest singular cut to jobs in U.S. history earlier this year, of course, when he offered more than 2 million people a buyout. 24,000 cuts were made in the U.S. Army, 10,000 in the Veterans Affairs Department. Many of those cuts, of course, in your home state of Virginia right now. So whether, even before we face this shutdown deadline, the president was already cutting jobs. So would you tell President Trump not to cut the jobs of any more federal workers regardless?
So if we're talking about across the board cuts, then again, we have to include Senators Kaine and Warner in this. They have a part to play.
What's your message to the president, ma'am?
There are federal jobs that are at stake.
Hell no!
Between December and January of this year, we created 21,000 new jobs. And I'm talking about high-paying jobs. And some of the folks who are leaving the federal government, they are coming into either our state government or private businesses. So we're benefiting from that. Are there disruptions happening? Certain. They're self-evident. But at the same time, I know what it's like to lose a job.
So let me get this straight. You went on record as the cuts that devastated your state were a good thing because those people could go into state government and go into the private sector. So therefore, it was a good thing that many people got laid off, lost their jobs, terrorized. Wow. She really is super MAGA. She really is super MAGA. They were right about that. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to let you go. But here's the good news. Now you get to spend so much more time at home with your cats and driving around in your vehicle looking at foliage in this wonderful season of autumn. Winsome Earle-Sears, hey, you just gotta go right to the source. This is horrible. You gotta go right to the source and ask Trump what the deal is. Because I saw that bus tour. That's how you going out.
This is the president of the United States, the leader of your party. President Trump so far has not endorsed you, and you are the Republican nominee. So why hasn't he endorsed you in this race?
We understand what this is about. The president will make certain decisions. I've already met with him, and that's as far as I'm going to go.
Yeah, because in the other marquee race this fall, the New Jersey governor's race, the president was quick to endorse the Republican candidate there, Jack Ciattarelli. You said you've spoken to the president. What did he say to you when you asked him for his support?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk to you about things that the president and I have spoken about.
She gonna call. No, she gonna call. No, she gonna call. No, I just gotta wait a little bit longer. She gonna call. No, I know. I trust it. I trust it. I think, yeah, I'm good. This is right around the time when I expected her to call. It's right around now, like 2, 3 a.m. Right around now. She gonna call. Mm-hmm.
You had been critical of the president in the past. In 2022, you said this as he was gearing up for a third run for the White House. Just listen to this first. I want you to listen to this first.
Is this what you're going to keep talking about? Well, I thought we were going to talk about the issues that are important to the voters. I'm talking about the education choices that parents want.
We can get into that. We can get to that in a second.
To talk about the.
Hold on.
Yeah, but
we can talk about. I just want you to respond. This is the president of the United States, the leader of your party.
It's important to you. But the people
hold on. The viewers need to know what you said in the past.
I don't know that I've ever seen a black MAGA eat biscuits live before. I don't know that I've ever seen that. Very curious. You would talk about. I thought you were going to address the issues that are important. Oh, you mean like federal cuts? You mean like that? You mean like that? How about the fact that the guy who's the head of your party and you're characterized as being super MAGA somehow doesn't endorse you? You think that might minimize one's enthusiasm for your candidacy? But no, let's talk about, I don't know, freedom? Is that what you want to talk about, freedom? That was a hilarious attempt to deflect out here sounding like Kristi Noem. I'm not at liberty to discuss what is my private conversations as I run for office and claim certain things that cannot be verified. I'm not at liberty. I am not at liberty to discuss. Also, it didn't work. We're going to run that anyway, because I found it. This is what you said.
We don't want to talk about the past one. This is why.
Why would I just want to know if you? I just want to know just because I know you jumped in, but you jumped in while I was trying to ask the question, so viewers should hear what you had said in the past. So let's just roll that tape.
The voters have spoken, and they have said that they want a different leader. And a true leader understands when they have become a liability. A true leader understands that it's time to step off the stage.
So that was your past comment in 2022. You said that Trump had become a liability. Do you stand by those comments?
I voted for the president the first time around. I voted for him the second time around, and I voted for him the third time around.
She has earned her seat. She has definitely earned her seat. She is a true black MAGA. There is no question she is a black MAGA. I take issue with something that you said. It's important to know when to leave the stage and when you are a liability. Are you sure you know when to leave the stage?
I am speaking.
Cause it don't sound like you know when, it don't sound like you know when to leave the stage. I'm just keeping it at the house. You know what I mean? You might want to watch this back. I know this wasn't enjoyable for you, but you might want to watch this one back. Huh? Somebody did what? This says, OMG, Winsome Earle-Sears, a black female running for Virginia governor, held a rally in Virginia tonight. This old white liberal was spotted holding an incredibly racist sign that reads, "Hey, Winsome, if trans can't share your bathroom, then blacks can't share my water fountain."
Thank you. Apologies. Nice to meet you.
Somebody always got to take it too far. You know what I mean? Somebody always got to take it too far. You heard what she sounded like on stage. You think that was needed? You really think that was needed? I use this analogy all the time. We all having a good time in the back playing dice with the substitute teacher, and somebody got to jump on top of the desk, and then they go to the principal, and now it's all shut down. Somebody always got to go too far. Why was that? Hey, man, y'all get on my nerves with that. Man, you got the black MAGAs riled up.
She is working to bring the Democratic Party back to its roots. And this is the woman she's talking to.
How about bring the Republican Party back to its present? Why y'all always bring the Democratic Party back to its roots? Who the extremists and white supremacists support right now? We ain't got to go back to roots. What y'all talking about? Like, you know what I mean? That's why, just wasting everybody's time with that, talking about going back to their roots.
I want you guys to picture this. A black woman immigrant who's a Marine veteran, a Christian conservative, standing on stage running for governor. And what's waved in her face? A racist sign held proudly by a supporter of her white liberal opponent. And instead of the outrage you would normally expect to see, you get crickets, just silence. Why is that? It's because the racism came from the approved side. It came from the Democrat side.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually a good point. That is actually a good point. Hey, you remember that one time they held a racist sign up at Obama? Or actually, no, you know the one time that MAGA got racist with Kamala Harris? Remember that time? That one MAGA got racist with Kamala Harris? How about Jasmine Crockett? You remember that one time the GOP pundit or the MAGA rep got racist with Jasmine Crockett? You remember that? How about Ilhan Omar? You remember that one time they got racist with Ilhan Omar? You know, I'm glad this happened. I'm glad this happened because Black MAGA, y'all really thought y'all ate with this one. You really did. Same way she thought she did. Same way she left her house thinking she was doing something with that sign. Y'all left your house thinking y'all was doing something, talking about the Democratic Party's roots, while extremist groups actively support your party today. Like, the fact that you managed to come out and address this shows me this is something that you can see, you actively choose to ignore when it comes en masse from your back. Which, if that isn't damning of your very existence of a Black MAGA, I don't know what is. Lady, I denounced the sign, but it was quite a trick bag you put them in. You wanted to set them up. That's what I'm going with. Hey, you set them up just like whoever put Winsome Earle-Sears on stage set her up. I tell you that. Because that was not her audience. Or like how Trump is setting her up, having a super MAGA run without an endorsement. Winsome, I told you, holla at Byron. Only he knows. Thank you guys so much for supporting the content and for keeping the energy from September pushing all the way into October.
Wake me up when September ends.
Pale September.
Wait a minute. No, I said October. We supposed to be doing October. What you mean ain't no October songs? No. October is the best month of the year. You got Halloween, which is the best of the holidays because you don't have no disappointments. Ain't like Thanksgiving where you got your family asking why you ain't found nobody, or Christmas where you got to do math to make sure you don't end up in the negatives with the gift giving. Everybody loves candy. I know everybody loves candy, and your aunties get a re-up because it's about time they got some new candy because they be giving you that same peppermint candy since you was 7 from the bottom of that purse. They need some new candy, and Halloween is the perfect time to do so. You got the beautiful fall foliage and the changing color of the leaves. The weather opens up your whole entire closet. You can wear whatever you want. Not to mention it is Libra season, and Libras make the world go round. If it weren't for Libras, we be all out of whack. When's my birthday? It's October. Why? I can be unbiased. I be unbiased here every day. Just because it's my birthday, I mean, that maybe have a little something to do with it, but not a whole lot. And by the way, while we're talking about the greatest, I do want to give a shout out to Regina, who's been working extremely hard on the newsletter. Make sure you send me your feedback on things that you would like to see in the newsletter. You can sign up for that at patreon.com/Reese Waters. And I must tell you how touched I was. I had some issues with the platform and had to do a late night impromptu premiere the other day. And almost 1,500 people showed up. No warning, on a Saturday at like 11 o'clock at night. Not to mention the fact that lovely Nola was able to show up and be a mod at that particular premiere. And I'm going to tell you, it was rough. Yeah, she was out there, and she was out there like Atlas. Yeah, it was bad. It was like Sunny at the Causeway. She got lit up like Canelo. But you know what? She made it. And it's that kind of jumping in and lending a hand, and all you guys that came in that were so supportive at that particular premiere. I just want to say that really touched my heart, and I want to say thank you.
I want to thank you.
I gotta send some love to Tiger in Kentucky. She reached out to me some time ago and said that she builds models and she wanted to build one for me. And I said, you know what? I would be honored. I have room in the back. I would love to see one. And I thought a live unboxing would be the way to go. Now, it might have been helpful if I would at least loosen the box. Tiger, thank you so much. This is awesome. You sent me a note as well. I'm looking very forward to putting this together and finding a spot for it in the back. And you never know. I got little ones. I might start a whole collection of little figurines. Huh? No, they can't touch mine. No, I'm gonna be just like my aunties and uncles were for me. No, you come in, you sit down, you won't touch nothing. Matter of fact, in a year, I'm putting plastic on that couch.